On today's video, we are back at the range, and today we are out here to do the first shots with the Girsan MC9 Disruptor. All right, if you want to know all the specs on the MC9 Disruptor, we did do a full unboxing video. We went over all the specs, the capacity, everything was covered in that video, and I will link it in the description below. Now, this gun is clear, no mag, nothing in the chamber. Now, the reason I'm calling this the first shots video and not the review video is because we are going to be putting an optic on this and bringing it back to the range for a full review. Basically, what I want to do today is just shoot this just like it comes out of the box. Now, I did take the slide off, took the barrel out, and I did clean and lube this before I brought it to the range. But other than that, this is how it comes right out of the box. So we're just going to shoot it with iron sights today. We're not going to shoot a bunch of rounds through it, because like I said, I want to bring it back for a full review. But we're going to talk about the trigger today. We'll talk about the iron sights. We're going to see how well it groups. I brought out quite a few different types of factory ammo, and I brought out some of my reloads. All right, let's have some fun. All right, we got 10 rounds of CCI 115 grain Blazer loaded up. Let's shoot a group at that top right target. All right, for me being primarily a red and green dot shooter, I'll take that group at 10 yards. I'm pretty happy with that. All right, this gun is clear, no mag, nothing in the chamber. Let's talk about my first impressions after the first 10 shots. Let's talk about the frame and how this gun feels in my hand. Super comfortable shooting this. I got really big hands, and having that spacer there, even though I'm not a real big fan of these, it's nice because it fills in that gap, and I got plenty of room for my pinky finger, which I don't have that on a lot of guns. The recoil impulse on it is great. I mean, it's only 9mm, but it doesn't have any snappiness to it. It's very easy to control. All right, this time we got 10 rounds of 115 grain arms core loaded up. Let's shoot a group at the top left. All right, that group wasn't the best. Kept them all in the black, but the CCI Blazer definitely shot better, but it did run all 10. All right, this gun is clear, no mag, nothing in the chamber. Now, we talked about it in the unboxing video, and I said how much I like the trigger, and after shooting the first 20 rounds through it, I still feel the same way. So there's your take up. You hit the wall, and you got a nice clean break. So there's no mushiness, anything weird when you're going through that wall. And we also talked about how nice the reset is on this. Nice short reset with a nice clean break. So it's got a really nice trigger in it, especially for a striker fired gun at this price point. All right, I got 10 rounds of Hornady 115 grain critical defense loaded up. Obviously, we want to make sure this gun can shoot hollow points or defense rounds. Let's shoot a 10-shot group at the middle right. All right. Terrible group. They all shot far right, but it ran all 10. All right, this time we got 10 rounds of my 124 grain Steel Valley casting reloads loaded up. It's definitely got to shoot my reloads because this is pretty much what we use on the channel all the time. Let's shoot a 10-shot group at that middle left. All right, it ran all 10. Not too bad of a group. So far, we've run 4 different kinds of ammo, and this thing's eating through everything. All right, we got a full mag of my Steel Valley casting reloads loaded up. Let's have some fun. All right, target on the left, we had 2 alpha. Next target, we had 2 alpha. We had both our hits on steel. All right, our next target, we had 3 alpha, 1 Charlie. All right, the next target, we had 2 alpha and 2 Charlie. And we had both hits on our far piece of steel. All right, this gun is clear, no mag, nothing in the chamber. So this does have 3-dot white sights on it. I personally would prefer a blacked out rear with the white dot front, but they are very usable sights. I'm not the best iron sight shooter, but I'm not having any issue picking them up and getting them on target. So not my favorite set of sights, but they definitely work. Now it's not going to be an issue for me because once you remove the cover plate, you're going to lose the rear sight anyway. And we're putting an optic on this, so I really don't care about the sights. All right, real quick, I wanted to talk about the 17 round mags. That last group I shot, I only had 16 rounds in the mag. I do have 17 in it this time. The 17th round's a little hard to get in. It's not too bad, but we do have 17 rounds in it this time around. All right, this time we got 17 rounds of 115 grain Remington UMC loaded up. Let's see how it goes. First target, we had an Alpha Charlie. Next target, we had 2 alpha. All right, we had all 3 hits on our first piece of steel. Next target, we had 4 alpha. This target, we had 3 alpha, 1 Charlie, and we had both hits on steel. All right, this gun is clear, no mag, nothing in the chamber. Let's talk about my first impressions with the Girsan MC9 Disruptor. I really like this gun. It's got a lot of pros. Price, this thing's under 400 beans. Some people said they've been able to get it for just a little over 350. Pretty hard to beat at that price. We got a threaded barrel, so we can run it suppressed. You can run it with a comp, and we'll be trying that out in future videos. It's got a really nice trigger for a striker fired gun at that price. Love having the ambi controls. I love having an ambi slide lock, slide release, and I love being able to dump the mag with my thumb and not having to use my finger. Optic ready. We got the RMSC footprint, and we will be putting a dot on this. I love this Cerakote finish. That black camo is just super cool looking, and I really like the other variant they have with the green camo. Now let's talk reliability. This thing ate everything we put in it today. We ran Armscore 115 grain, CCI Blazer, Remington UMC. We ran Hornady Critical Defense, and we ran my reloads through it, and we didn't have a hiccup with it all day. The mags are pretty easy to load. That 17th round is a little tough to get in there. But other than that, reliability-wise, this thing ran 100% today. And we'll keep track with all the upcoming videos we have with it and make sure that that doesn't become an issue. So let's talk about the cons of this gun, and I really only got 2 cons with it. One, I wished it would have come with more than just 1 magazine. It's kind of been a pain today going back and forth, loading a mag every time in between takes, but it is what it is. I really wished it would have at least come with 2. The other thing I'm not a real big fan of is the sleeve on the magazines. I just wish they would have made the base plate to just fit the gun instead of having to have that spacer in there. I'm just not a big fan of those spacers, but my Taurus G3 Tactical has it, and I've used that gun for so long now and shot thousands of rounds through it that it doesn't bother me anymore. So it is what it is. But really, that's about the only cons I have with it. Other than that, so far it seems like it's going to be a great gun. I'm really enjoying shooting it today with the iron sights, so I'm sure I'm going to love it once I get an optic on it. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.